I have over 1,000 volumes of manga. Now the problem isn't the 1,000 volumes, it's more than that, especially if you count in digital. For lack of a better term, I'm starting to feel a bit guilty. The TBR list is always in the back of my mind, and the problem is that I'm a giant procrastinator in that I'll find another anime that I'll like, which will lead me to another manga that I want to read, and completely ignore the stuff that I've already purchased. And it's a bad habit that I'm getting into. So in 2025, I'm going to make it my motto to read more. And sometimes I'll rationalize it by saying, oh, let me wait for more volumes to come out, or for them to go on sale, or for the series to finish before I start reading them. And next thing you know, I'm playing Tetris every time I'm buying physical manga because I'm just out of room on my shelves. At this point, I think it's safe to say I bought more than I read last year. So this year we're gonna read more. So in today's video, not only am I gonna start tackling that TBR, we're gonna go over most of the manga I want to read in like the first half of 2025. Also, if you haven't liked the video or subscribed, we are so close to 50,000. We are zeroing in on there. Thank you, love you, mwah, bye. All right, so we are on our way to get coffee right now. I have selected a few manga in my backpack that we'll be reading today. I have Jujutsu Kaisen, 3 volumes of JJK. We're finally gonna read JJK, which is really interesting because well, it's something I've been looking forward to, really. Based off of everything that I've told you, where we spent we were in Shibuya during the Shibuya arc, the hype for JJK, now that it's over, it's time to start reading it, the whole 9 yards. Really excited about that. And I also brought the first volume of Kagurabachi with us, so we are on our way to find coffee. This is a new spot for us, so we'll see how it is, and then we're gonna go to the park and read. So we'll see you guys in just a few minutes, okay?
Cue city pop music.
Can you sing Chinatown?
Oh, flying down to Chinatown. I know these songs pretty well, okay? I meant to sing it.
I'm impressed. That's very good. Claps in chat.
Oh, thank you.
Claps in chat.
Thank you.
This was great.
Thank you, chat. All that cars taking up parking spot.
No, we might be able to fit right here.
Oh, okay.
We're on the other.
All right, we will be parked here. Yeah, parallel park. Wow. Oh, poggers.
I got it, dude.
Oh my god, you did it.
Dude, I just want to take a moment to appreciate your fit. Look at her fit, boys.
It's just normal.
And you got the egg sweater. The egg sweater. Wait. We walked. We definitely did walk. That's okay. She was saying how cool those trees are. Like, it looks like Game of Thrones. Kind of. Okay, so this right here is my spot. We love coming here to read. If you guys look around right here, we are in, I don't even know what city this is, really, anymore. I really don't know where this place is, except for how to get to this spot from where I live. And just look at this. So this is the bench that is like always open for me, down over here. And I'll take my manga, I'll get a coffee, and we drove around today looking for coffee. There were lines everywhere, but all is well, it's peaceful. This is like my favorite place to read manga right now during the day. This is gorgeous. So today's the day. Let me show you guys. I brought some manga with us. All right, or with me rather. Or with us, yeah, with us. So I have the first volume of Kagurabachi. All right, so this is the first one. I don't know if volume 2 is out. You guys can let me know. And I have the first 3 volumes. Can you guys hear it? Dude, look,
yeah,
they're chasing each other. So cute.
You're crazy.
Okay, in the first 3 volumes of Jujutsu Kaisen, that's the one I'm gonna be starting right now. I've almost finished the first volume. Now, I've seen the anime, so I'm considerably further than this, but I like the subtle differences between the manga and the anime. I like how quickly they dive into it. I like how quickly they dive into finding the finger, eating the finger, Gojo saving the day. Gojo, I think, is the star of like the first volume, of course, with like all of the cast of characters that we meet initially and getting started at the high school and becoming like a jujutsu sorcerer in the whole 9 yards. Really freaking good. I have 2 more volumes and then the next volume of Kagurabachi to read. Right now, we need to handle one quick errand and then I will read at home. But this is so peaceful. Okay. One quick errand and then back to reading. Okay, popping in to let you guys know that my Patreon is up and also the memberships that have been here on YouTube are there as well, and they are the best way to help support the channel. Thank you for those that have signed up already. You'll get your shout out at the end of the video, whether it's memberships on YouTube or over on Patreon. We have a ton happening over there, a podcast with Michelle, read-throughs with the reading club. There's going to be exclusive vlogs, playthroughs, news, just videos that I necessarily really can't do on YouTube, but I can do over there. So very much looking forward to that. And it means so much. This is a big deal for any small creator, and to see the support from you guys, even before I've officially launched it here on the channel, I let you guys know over on Discord and you guys are signing up. Thank you. Truly, from the bottom of my heart. Okay, whatever, back to the video. Ugh. Okay. This is a lot. Let's talk about all the titles that I want to read in the first half of the year. I'm not going to talk about series that I read like on a weekly basis because those are always changing, simply because I typically never really read a series on a weekly basis. I normally do bi-weekly or monthly just because I don't like reading one chapter at a time. I wait for them to build up like on the Viz app or whatnot. So, and we're also not going to talk about light novels because those, it would get too crazy. So starting here at the top, I'm going to be reading Witch Hat Atelier. Now, I have read a good portion of this, but it's been a minute, and I think I have 2 to 3 new volumes to read to get current. And with that little amount of volumes out, I think they're only at like 12 or 13, right? It's sub 15 volumes. I might as well just take a full day and just binge all of them, or like a weekend and just binge all of them and just dive again into that world, because it's been such a minute since I've been in this magical realm, and Witch Hat Atelier is something that's really worth a reread, especially with the anime on its way. And if you haven't checked out Witch Hat Atelier, okay, take this video as a sign to do so. It is such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful series. Let me move these out of the way so you guys can actually see me for a second here. All right, that feels a lot better, okay? Okay, next, in the romance side of things, I'm going to finish, or get current, you can't finish something that's not done, right? Snow White with the Red Hair. Now, I'm a big proponent of, or a big advocate for, Snow White with the Red Hair. I wish I heard more people talking about this romance series. If you haven't heard of it, there's a girl here with red hair, which is very uncommon in this fantasy world. At the beginning of the story, she's sort of wanted by royalty for all of the wrong reasons, decides that her own independence is worth more than just becoming, you know, like the prince's plaything, essentially. So she runs. And in that process of running and becoming an outcast, she bumps into, of course, the love interest, a prince from a different kingdom. And lo and behold, sparks are flying immediately. He becomes captivated by her, not only strong personality and will to learn, but also just be like hyper independent and do things and do them right, and how smart she is. He falls in love with her, and she is fighting, not fighting, but it's taking her a while to realize her own feelings for this character, but it's done incredibly well. There's also a great cast of supporting characters. One of the objectives is Shirayuki, which is the main character in Snow White with Red Hair. She wants to become, and forgive me if I'm wrong, it's been a minute since I've read this, it's like an herbalist, a pharmacist of sorts. It's really cool in this world, and she meets this young little master, or ends up being like her teacher, which she ends up having like a really cool relationship with this person. It's great. The art is really unique too. And I've only read a handful of volumes, maybe more than what's here, okay? Because I have read some of this digitally, but I do want to get caught up with this one. So there's Snow White with the red hair. I think this is a perfect time to announce we're gonna bring back weekly reading logs in some way, shape, or form. Partially to hold me accountable for all of this reading, but also I wanna show you guys, Michelle and I do more than just go out and buy manga. The vlogs are really fun to make, therefore I make a lot of them, and that's probably how a ton of you guys found these YouTube channels. But also, let's get through our TBR together, and I think that would be such a fun community thing to do. Next is Kagurabachi Volume 1. I'm definitely reading this ASAP. I don't know if Volume 2 is out. Someone can let me know down below in the comments. I have no idea. All right, you've seen it. There's a bunch of Bleach here. Like, there's a lot. For those of you that have been watching the channel for a while, you may know that I have talked about Bleach off and on, and that I have read all of it. What you didn't know is that I read all of it while I was very, very sick. I do know the ending. Like I mentioned before, I mean, I've read all of it. And I don't really have a ton of memories of, like, I remember bits and parts of the story, but everything is just a haze. And it is what it is. I vividly remember the ending, and I really do have a sense of, like, I remember feeling like it just ended. It was very abrupt. But at the end of the day, I don't have a great memory about it, and I think Bleach is one of those series where I probably should have a great memory about it. I have all of the box sets. So before I go buy like the Naruto box sets that I want to do, or before I start my giant reread of One Piece, and that's going to be a whole ordeal. FYI, if you didn't know, I've seen all of One Piece to a certain extent. Like, I haven't seen the end of Wano, but I've read/watched all of it up till then. But I've never read all of it. It's like a mix of episodes and reading. So I've never solidly just read through One Piece. That's something that I really want to do. It's a mix of both anime and reading. Anyways, I digress. We're talking about Bleach. So that's going to be my plan. I will be doing like a reread from Bleach from Volume 1, and I will keep you guys updated with that. It won't happen this vlog because there's a ton of volumes. There's 3 full freaking box sets for Bleach. So I will dive into that, especially because it's a reread probably in a bit. It's not going to be in today's video or the next reading vlogs, but it will be soon. Not least on this table, there is Hunter x Hunter. I am going to read Hunter. Dude, it is time, okay? I don't think we're going to get like another volume in 2025. That'd be really cool if we did. That would be amazing if we did. I think there's one coming, right? But we do have those Omnis that have already arrived. I think the first Omni is out. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll throw one on screen somewhere as I'm talking about this. Those are a great way to collect it. However, I am a physical, single paperback edition junkie. Okay, wow, that's a crazy sentence, but if you know, you know. And I have a handful of Hunter x Hunter. So I'm either going to buy all of the singles or read the first, I think I have up to Volume 10 consecutively, so that would just make sense for me to read all the way up to Volume 10 and then see where we're at, if I need to read any more or wait for sales or what's happening in the time of the year. Whatever's going to be happening in the future, that's future Boogie's problem, okay? But in my mind right now, 1 to 10 is definitely a plan to read. Next, which is going to be its own video because I've been so excited to read this, and this video is coming out soon. It's spoilers, it's what I've been reading. I've been reading this in one other series lately, but Delicious in Dungeon. All right, Yen Press was nice enough to send me the box set when I was already kind of shopping for it to begin with. So I'm going to read all of it. Maybe we'll do some cooking videos here on the channel as well, making some recipes or inspired by recipes. Especially, I need to go through the One Piece cookbook as well, so maybe we can start that arc here on the channel. Now is a great time to do so. So I will be reading Delicious in Dungeon. That's actually what I've been reading. I'm on like Volume 2 right now, and it's phenomenal. And then I'll watch it with Michelle on Netflix. The next series we're going to talk about, which again will probably have a dedicated video because it is insane how all over the place it is, but wildly fun. Dandadan. I'm going to read all of Dandadan. All right, that will probably be its own video as well. I don't know if I'm going to buy all of Dandadan, but I will read it all off of the app, and I have a lot of thoughts. So those are the 2 that I'm currently reading right now, which is Delicious in Dungeon and Dandadan. So amazing. Those two, so different, polar opposites of what can happen in manga. It is insane. But I want to read Dan to Dan, and then once again I will watch Dan to Dan with Michelle. Okay, and I'll keep you guys updated with that. Next is a manga that I've been putting off for like emotional purposes. Okay, that's Frieren. I know it's a heavy-hitting manga, and for me personally, I know I need to be in the right mindset for series like that, especially one that deals with like grief, death, things like that. It's not like it triggers me or anything. I just know that I have to be in the right mindset because I'm easily swayed in that regard. I'm very much a person that if anything deals with like heavier topics seriously, I probably need to be in a good mindset to do so, and I think this year I am. So Frieren is on the list. In fact, Frieren is something that I'm very eagerly ready to not only read but to watch, because I've heard nothing but great things about the manga and nothing but great things about the anime. Like, yes, and it's about time. I have like 3 volumes of the manga itself, so you know what? Let me just go find all of them. Or I read the 3 volumes physically, read the rest on the app. Maybe I can save some money that way. It doesn't matter. I'll figure it out. But yes, that absolutely has to happen sooner rather than later. So it is making it on the list. There's 2 more, and on my notes, I'm reading my notes right now off of my iPad, and they have question marks next to them because it's like if we have time, if not, it'll go to the later half of this year. But these are 2 series that if you've watched my last manga haul, and I will link that down below in the description box, that are very much on my to-read list, and I'm very curious about them. Number 1 is 7 Deadly Sins, Meliodas. Oh my god, and just like my favorite is Bond. That guy's crazy and awesome. I very much enjoyed the anime, especially like the first season. The art style captured my heart. I think that was the first thing. I was in love with the art style and the music, and the entire plot was really well done. I have a feeling the manga is going to be spectacular. So I'm going to read the manga. And last but not least is Soul Eater. I'm going to finish Soul Eater this year. So help me God. Yeah, I'm definitely going to finish Soul Eater, all right? The reason why I haven't is I first started to buy Soul Eater, and I think I have like 6 volumes, I think, of the perfect editions, which are the hardcovers, which are really nice. However, I am a paperback junkie once again. So I'm going to get rid of those perfect editions. I'll probably sell them, and because they deserve to go to a nice home. I kept them perfectly fine. So I'll probably sell whatever I have of those and use those funds to fund the purchase of picking up those single editions, which I believe are Yen Press, I think. Whoever has those singles. I really do enjoy it, and I have the first volume of those singles, so yes. And what's lighting that fire is not only the art style for Soul Eater, the plot of Soul Eater, I really want to see what happens, is the fact that I found out recently that the anime differs. It deviates at a certain point. So I really, really want to see like the canonical ending and just what the difference between the anime and the manga and what happens past the anime, and so on and so forth. Okay, welcome to the office. I'm still building it out. Behind here is looking pretty all right, but there's gonna be a whole table and stuff for like shooting desks, videos and podcasts and whatnot. That whole thing will be behind here, but welcome. I've been editing all day. I've been editing this video all day, okay? I shot some scenes, but it's gonna go into the next video for the reading vlog, and we also have a dedicated video coming up for Reading Delicious and Dungeon. I'm working on that, some Patreon stuff. So honestly, I think it's a great place to just wrap this one that I'm working on right now. We started the video with Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm on volume 3 now. I'm about to start volume 3 probably tonight or tomorrow morning. It's gonna be tomorrow morning. I need to finish this video. It'll be tomorrow morning, probably tomorrow afternoon, really. We've gone over reading JJK, Kagurabachi, as well as all of the manga I really want to read in the first half, or at least, you know, a good portion of 2025. And boy, is there a lot. And, you know, I've also made the announcement that, hey, reading vlogs are gonna come back. reading logs are going to come back, and I think not only will that hold me accountable, but I think it'll be good fun, and we can always share what we're reading with each other. I'm kind of like looking around at this, the lighting, and I'm now realizing, okay, typically I have like studio lights here, but there's no big light. I don't have like a big lamp in here. I probably should have it because the lighting in here is super ominous at night. Anyways, I digress. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you haven't hit that like button by now, it really does help support the channel. And if you're around here, hit that subscribe button so you know when I upload next. What have you guys been reading, or what are some manga goals that you have for this year? This is the year of uploading for me. I'm so sorry I didn't upload a lot last year, but we're definitely gonna correct that one in 2025. So I've been busy working on quite a few videos. So anyways, I'll see you in the next one, okay? Have a good night.